So, okay, so hello everybody, and welcome to this webinar, How I Find My Relative in Salt Lake City Family History Library. My name is Daniel Horowitz. I'm a board member of the IAJGS, International Association of Jewish Genealogical Societies, who is sponsoring this webinar for all of you as part of the IAJGS 2014 conference in Salt Lake City. And for all of you that are planning to go, if you have not registered, just a very quick reminder that you still have just a couple more of days to take advantage of the early bird registration prize. So if by now you haven't done that, I will strongly suggest you to do that. And I hope that by the end of the webinar, you will be convinced that you have at least one more reason why to come to Salt Lake City and why to attend the conference. And the main reason for this webinar is actually to let you know that you really need to do your homework. I learned it the hard way, and of course I would have to say the best way. But you need to prepare yourself before you go to Salt Lake City. It's not just showing up there and asking for the records of your family and having it right over there. That only happens at Who Do You Think You Are, when the celebrity comes into the archive and, by chance, the death record of the grandfather is just behind the counter. So in order to prepare yourself to do this homework, I would like to start to explain a little bit about the Mormons, or what the legal or official name, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also called LDS, and why they are doing genealogy, why they're so important for them, this genealogy work. And it's basically something that it's in their faith. And this is probably the main issue here. They believe in ordinance, baptisms, eternal families. They believe in the option, to give the option to the souls to become Mormons and to convert into their religion. And I really don't want to go into the faith part or the political part of it, but one of the rules is that they need to prove that their ancestors really exist, and they need to be very clear who their ancestors were. The only way of doing this is through genealogy. So they started in 1894 with the Utah Genealogical Society, probably one of the first ones established in the United States, to research their own families. Now, a couple of years after that, 1938, they realized that there is a huge amount of records all over the world, that they don't have access to them, and they came with a very clever idea. They started to offer to all the archives and libraries and repositories of information a very good deal. They will come with their cameras, with their equipment. They will come with their people, with their staff. They will sit at the archive and they will microfilm all the records that the archive had. Then, after processing, the archive will receive a free copy of this microfilm, and the LDS members will also have access to those records in microfilms. Of course, many countries and many archives accept this proposal, and I have to admit that I know at least a good couple of archives that lost everything either by fire, wars, water, and the only copy available from those records are the microphones in Family Search or the LDS. For that, they decided to build a special vault, which is in a mountain in Salt Lake, or close to Salt Lake City in Utah. And that there is where all the microphones, the original microphones, are kept. Of course, the climate and the humidity and all the weather conditions inside the caves were perfect to preserve this material. Today, they apply the latest technology to control all what is happening inside that vault. Until 2014, and I just got an update on these numbers at the NGS conference, they have right now 2.4 million rolls of microphones, microfiche, digital images also already included. And that represents about 3.3 billion of records. And they haven't stopped yet. They have 275 cameras, which produces about 100,000 images a year. Now, they also understood very fast that they got bored going over and over all those microphones without really knowing who are the names, what are the names appearing in those images. So in 1978, they started their index project. Of course, they are working only with volunteers. Today, there are 150,000 volunteers, which are indexing about 400 million images a year. Recently, just only last year in 2013, they reached the 1 billion record transcribed. Now, if you remember the numbers, they have 3.3 billion records. They have only indexed 1 billion. They still have 2.3 billion records, and they are still producing more images and more records. So there's really a lot of missing information, missing pieces here. Now, everything that is indexed is being posted on their website, familysearch.org, and this is the very brand new look and feel of their website. They can post here, or they usually post here, different collections that have been digitized and indexed. They publish here also a few images that may not be digitized, that may not be indexed yet, but they are allowed to post on the website. So they do that here under the search tab. You will get a very easy to use and a very easy to navigate search form. And as a genealogist, you will allow me to search for my own family. So I type over there the Horowitz last name. I can fill also a country. I can use all kind of types and dates and other pieces of information. And of course, then I will click the button search. Now, please make sure and or note that I'm right now looking into their record collection. Very fast, I will have here a list with all the results found for my last name Horowitz, and I can filter and do all kind of magic things with the search engine. At any point, I can click on a name in the list. I will see immediately a summary of the details in this record. If I really want to go in deep, I can click again and I will see all the complete information of this record. More than that, I will be able, if that is available, I will be able to see an image where this record is coming from. And in this case, this is, I think, the 1940 census, so I have the whole page over there with the whole registrants, and I can see everything. I can even download this image into my computer. Now, Family Search also have family trees, and those are under their genealogy areas. And this is not only for Mormon people. Very recently, they also opened this capability of upload and manage family trees to everybody in the world. You don't have to be an LDS member to upload your family tree over there. Again, I will not like to go into politics, but it's important for you to know that just because you are uploading your family tree over there, it doesn't automatically go into the private area that the church and the church members have over there. So again, I'm putting different names of my relative. In this case, Moses Horowitz, which is the son of Isaac, and Moses was married to Rosa. Horowitz is a last name. I click the search button, and again, I have a list of all the possible results. The difference is that when I click on any of the names, I will be able to actually see the family tree and more information about other relatives included in this family. Now, you need to understand that not everything is on the internet for a variety of reasons. The first one, well, you already heard, there are still pending 2.3 more or less billions of records, and that takes time to scan, to move from microfilms and microfiche into digital and start indexing those names. They have, of course, their own priorities, and guess what? No matter what your area of research is, Murphy says it's not going to be a priority for them to scan or index. But there are also other issues on this internet publishing. The Family Search has agreements with different archives. The agreement may restrict them from posting images on the internet. They may restrict them from indexing the records. And if they are not restricting, but the agreement is not detailed enough, for example, if an agreement was signed in the 50s, in the 60s, where the word digitalization, the word index, the word internet were not used, they were not on the dictionary yet, so they didn't put it into the agreement. And of course, they believe that if the agreement doesn't allow them to do something, by default, they are not able. They cannot actually do it. So then you will need to move to the third tab on their website, which is the catalog. And as good librarians know, everything should be on the catalog. On the catalog, you can search also by names, by titles, by authors. I personally prefer to search by places. The advantage is that when I'm typing the place over there, I have different options with cities, countries, or different areas to choose from. My personal research takes me to Chernovitz, so I'm going to type Chernovitz over there. And again, I can also filter and do other things with the search, but I'm going to just simply search for this city. And again, immediately I will be presented with the results of what they have for the city of Chernovitz, which in their time it was part of the Bukovina area in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Any of those subtitles will tell you what they have, and they have church records, they have civilian records, and they also have Jewish records. So I can click on any of those and see exactly what those type of records are related to. In this case, we have, for example, the metrical books, which are birth, marriage, and death, and all other kinds of stuff from the Jewish congregation between 1856 and 1940. So I can click on that title and I can get a more precise description of what is included in this collection, where is exactly located this city, the languages that are found on those records, and on the lower part you have the different type of books or records. So they have the birth from 60 to 66, from 66 to 71, etc. And you can go down and down on that list without any troubles. Then on the right side of the screen, you have the microfilm number and the item number. Now what this means? It means that each roll, each microfilm number is internally divided by items. And of course, the microfilm has a fixed length, so probably not everything fit in one microfilm. Not necessarily the birth from 1870s will follow the birth from the 1860s. So you can have different collections split in different microfilms in different items also. An item not necessarily is related to the item before or after it. So once you know that, you can from the website order this microfilm. It will cost you, if this is not that old, it will cost you $7.5 to have that microfilm for a period of 3 months. You can extend that for another 3 months, or you can ask it for indefinite time, and it will cost you $18. Now here is a little bit a tip or trick. If you order the same microfilm more than once, the microfilm will automatically, I'm sorry, more than twice, the microfilm will be automatically, they will stay in the place where you are ordering. And talking about the places, you can find right there the closest place to your house. And you will see all the details of the place, the hour, the schedule, the phone number, the address, everything. And don't worry, you have about 4,600 centers in 132 countries to choose from where these microfilms can go and can be shipped. Now, wait a minute. Why not going to Salt Lake City and having all the microfilms right there? After all, that is the main goal of this webinar. So why going to Salt Lake City? Well, let me tell you something. All the microfilms, completely all the microfilms that Family Search, that the Mormons have, are there, ready for you. You don't have to wait. You don't have to pay anything. They're simply there. And if not, and there are a very few exceptions that some microfilms that are not actually at the library, no problem. You fill the form, you make a request, and by the next day you have a copy of that microfilm waiting for you on the attendant desk. There are plenty of people over there ready to help you, and some people already ask, Fred, I think, already asked about people helping on the library. Yes, there are plenty of people, plenty of volunteers over there that they know very good most of the records, most of the films. They are multilingual people that will be able to help you reading some files, some specific files, will be able to translate for you, especially if you go on B1, which is basement 1, like one floor below the entrance, that is the international room. Over there you have people speaking most of the language that you may need. And of course, as somebody that travels quite a lot to Salt Lake City at least once, if not twice a year, and spend good time at the library, I can tell you that it's really fast, it's very fun, and it's free. So why not take advantage of this opportunity? So here we go to the library. But wait a second. I told you at the beginning, you need to do your homework. You cannot just grab the plane and appear over there. You need to know the hours that they are open to the public. Most of the days from 8 to 5, some days till 9. And if you, as me, or as I, are going to the IAJGS conference between the 27th and the 1st, July 27 and August 1st, you would like to go probably a couple of days before or stay a couple of days after, you need to know that they have a holiday schedule. So July 24, the library is closed because it's Pioneer Day. Also, you need to take in account that the library is closed on Sunday. It's open on Monday, but it's closed on Sunday. Probably the only library open on a Monday. So you need to take in account all this when you're planning your trip to Salt Lake City. Once you get to the library, you will have over there lockers that you can use to store your purse, your bags, your stuff over there. The cost, if I'm not mistaken, it's a dime per time, meaning every time you open the locker, the dime is gone, the 10 cents are gone, and you need to put a new one. So make sure that you bring a couple of dimes with you on your pockets. You have a kitchen. You have kitchens also in the different floors with vending machines, and you can sit and relax and eat and drink. Who needs to eat and drink when you have the records, right? Well, just in case if you need it. And you have computers that you can use just if you need to redo a search, to verify something, to access also other databases than Family Search. They have also free access to a lot of commercial databases right there. But if you already have your microfilm number, you can just go straight to the end where those cabinets are, and they are 12 or 13 rows, just like this one you have over here. You can just walk in, pull one of the drawers, take one of the microphones that you are interested, and go to the microfilm reader and start enjoying yourself going over the records. It's literally that easy. Of course, you will be probably seeing records like this one, and this is a good one, believe me. In my case, and to make honor of the title of the lecture, I am researching Chernovitz. Chernovitz had indexes from the different birth, marriage, and death for certain years. So I rolled and rolled and rolled the microfilm until I read on one of the lines, magical names, Zinger, Feivel, Meir Yosef. Of course, the year it's on the top, 238-27. And that is no other thing that Feivel Zinger, the son of Meir Yosef Zinger, of course, Meir Yosef being my great-grandfather. Feivel is my great-uncle, born in 1879, register number 27 of the page 38. Now remember that I said that not all the records are one after the other. So I had to go back to the search page, make sure which microfilm has the 1879 birth, Then I had to go again back to the drawer, pull out the correct microphone, look for the item, a specific item that I was looking for, and there I had, in less than, believe me, 10 minutes, I found the birth registration. You can see on the top, page 37, 38, record 27, my Feivel Singer, son of Mayor Joseph Singer, and all the details of my family member. Now, of course, if you are not in Salt Lake City, you will not have the microfilms available, and you will have to order a new microfilm and wait. And yes, you can do that, but I'm very impatient. I prefer to have everything right away, as fast as I can. So once I found the record on the microfilm, I just stand up from the microfilm reader and I go to the scanning area. They have a few computers connected to scanners where I can put the microfilm right there. I can see the image on the screen, and I can do a couple of things. I can either print with the Xerox machine that you have over there a paper copy of the record. That is probably the only service besides the lockers that you need to pay. You need to buy a card that you charge money on the card, and then you can go to the Xerox machine. You can send the document over there. You swipe your card. Your paper comes out very nicely. I personally prefer to bring a flash drive, thumb drive, disk on key, no matter how you call it, those little things that you plug into the computer and you can save digital images directly from the computer into your drive and then take them home completely free and available to use it on your research no matter what you are doing. So this is all the flow that you will be following on the Family Search or Family History Library when you come to Salt Lake City. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of a very new service that they just started, and it's the scanning functionality. They have scanners. It's my understanding that there are very high quality scanners available for you to scan photos, documents, any type of records. You can scan it in high quality, as I said, save it as a JPEG or PNG, which are quite regular formats to be used, up to 5 megabytes in size, and put it directly into your thumb drive. And all this is completely free. So again, if you are planning or if you're willing to come to Salt Lake City, start doing your homework. Start preparing all those photos, all those documents that you always wanted to scan, and bring them to Salt Lake City. You will be able to scan it over there with very high resolution and completely free. Again, I will be attending. A lot of people will be attending, and I encourage all of you to come to the IAJGS 2014 conference. Just as a reminder, very few days, only actually 3 more days to take advantage of the early registration prices. Prices. And a lot of information, a lot of things will be going on Salt Lake City, and I hope to see you all over there. So now I will open the questions, the panels, the options to ask for questions. If I see a few already here in the chat, and I don't know if people would like to do it on their own voice. We have Fred. We have Fred on the list. Let me look for Fred right here, and probably I will be able to open the microphone. Fred, can you hear us? Hello, Fred? Hello, hello, Fred? Okay, so it seems that Fred doesn't have a microphone available. So Fred is asking that he wants to find the microfilms, the records that he found in JRI Poland, but they are in Polish. So I already said, Fred, there are people over there. Chances are you will find a Polish-speaking staff that will be able to help you, and they will be able to translate. Now, if by any chance, and again, this is probably very important, if by any chance at the library you cannot find help in Polish, you can print your record right there and you can bring it to the conference. On the conference, there are going to be volunteers scheduled to help people with translations. So you can schedule some time with the Polish translator, and they will be able to help you. Fred is also asking if the family trees are public and not private. I really don't know, Fred. I don't use Family Search to upload my family trees. I don't have experience with it, and this lecture is restricted to the records and the family tree. I'm sorry, the family history library. I have Amnon. Amnon has a question. Hello, Amnon. Can you hear us? Hello, Amnon. Yes, Amnon. You have one? You can speak. Okay, no microphone. Okay, Amnon doesn't have a microphone. So in genealogy, family tree index has the content been voluntarily uploaded or collected? Again, not the subject. I'm sorry, I didn't read the question. But yes, I understand that is voluntarily people are submitting the family trees to the website and managing. In order to have LDS ordinances, you will need to be on LDAs. I'm sorry, LDS members. I'm sorry, let me see. Hi, it's Gay Tannenbaum. I'm pronouncing it correct? Guy, yes, okay. Again, no microphone, it seems. Do you have a microphone? Do you want to do your question voice? No microphone. Okay. So the question is, what size of thumb drive would you recommend to bring? Well, I always have on my backpack a couple of at least 8 gigabytes. Normally, I don't go over 8 gigabytes because those things normally tend to break. And if I have 32 gigabytes and it breaks, it will be very painful, at least more painful than if it's only an 8 gigabyte. Every image that you're saving on the scanner, I understand, can be up to 5 megabytes. And the images that you can save on the microfilm readers, the microfilm scanners, can be up to 2 or 3 gigabytes. I'm sorry, megabytes also. So between 4 and 8, you should be fine. I also think that they will be able to sell you right there flash drive. If I remember last time I was there, they had available to sell. Judy, do you have a microphone? Would you like to do your... Yes, you have a microphone. So hi,
Yeah.
Judy.
Hi. I just wanted to know if we can request the microfilms before we arrive, and so that on Monday we can go in and they'll already be there.
Okay. It's very nice to hear another voice than myself in this webinar. Well, Judy, that is the beauty of the Family History Center in Salt Lake City. As I said before, most of the microfilms are already available over there. If you go to the website and you search for the microfilms that you want, sometimes you will see, instead of the number or next to the number, you will see something that says valve. That that is the key for you to know that it's not available on the library. Now, as I said, you can get there on Monday, 28. You can do the request. By Tuesday, 29, the microfilm will be there waiting for you. So the most of the time, what you will be losing is 24 hours. Now, I'm getting here a tip. I think it's from either Vinay or Gary, that yes, you can actually go and do, as I did, the search and order the microfilm, and make sure that the microfilm will be there. You only need to choose like the Family History Center, Family History Library from Salt Lake City, and the microfilm will be there for you. But
Great.
again, in my experience, I have done this a good 4 or 5 times. I only found like probably 2 microfilms that were not available, and I stayed. The conference is like for a whole week, so you can very easy, the day you arrive, you can check actually if all the microfilms are there. You don't need to pull it out, but you can find them on the drawers, and if something is missing, you can order it and have it there for the rest of the week available.
Okay, that's
Okay.
great. And since there are going to be so many people at one time, is it very often that someone else is using the microfilm you need?
Well, it will depend on the area of your research, and by having so many Jewish genealogy researchers at one time over there, probably that may be the case. I don't know that they allow or they make duplicates, like to have 2 microfilms from the same roll over there at the library. But could be the case, yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Judy. Now, Ralph. Ralph is asking if they will have Russian interpreters at the Mormon Library. Ralph, not that. Okay, let me put it this way. I haven't heard anyone speaking Russian over there. It doesn't mean that they will not have. If you go to the family search page and you go into the library details, you will have over there an email. And actually wouldn't be a bad idea to send them an email in advance and say, listen, I'm arriving this day at this time and I'm planning to do some research in Russia. So maybe somebody can be there to help me. For sure, again, your second option will be volunteers at the conference. Normally there are over there volunteers in Russian. Ralph, you want me to open you the microphone? So Ralph, do you have any other questions? Is that clear? Ralph, I opened your microphone and I don't hear you. Now I hear you. Hello, Ralph. How are you? Ralph? No, he muted himself. Okay. It doesn't matter. Now, Cynthia, you also have a question here. So let's see if we can hear you, Cynthia.
Yes.
Okay, great. Another voice. Yes, go ahead, Cynthia.
I'm just wondering, the records that you showed that were in the catalog section, I've done some searching in that section, but not much. Are those mainly records that have not yet been indexed by volunteers, so that you have to browse through the entire records looking at the indices on the microfilm?
Yes. Every microfilm that they have available to the public is on the catalog, either if there is or not an index done. For example, again, my own research in Chernovitz, those records are not digitized, are not indexed, and they are available over there, or you can find it in the catalog. And yes, you will have to go one by one and try to read and decipher what is written over there, and try to find the record, the right page of what you are looking for.
Is there a way to tell when you're looking at those, for instance, at your listings, whether or not those records have been digitized and put online by the various volunteers yet, or not really?
I think it's my understanding that when the record was indexed, you have a link that will take you to the search page where you can search and that specific microfilm or that specific collection if it was indexed. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah,
now bear in mind, and I would like to open the microphone also to, I think it's Benay, which wants to tell us something regarding the Russian translation, and probably she can also tell us a little bit more about this. Bear in mind what I was going to say, that most of the Jewish records are not indexed, okay? The agreements with the archive from Eastern Europe didn't include the word digitization or index. So chances are your records will not be there for search. Yes, go ahead. Who is Benay? Hello?
Daniel, I had two things that I wanted to add, and it's Gary.
Gary, hi.
Yes, hi. First of all, when I was there a while ago, there were people available to help with Russian records. I needed them, and I got the assistance. The other thing that is helpful is to bring a cheat sheet with you, with the basic words in the language that you are going to be looking at. Mother, father, sister, birth, death, so that when you're looking at the microfilms, some of the basic words will start to jump out at you, and you'll be able to recognize them without having to go to the help desk for all of the questions.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gary, for that. And I would like to try again to open Fred microphone. Hi, Fred.
Hi, Daniel. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I lost you for a while, but I'm back.
Okay.
My question is, we have a family history library not far from where we live in New Hampshire, and I have 4 microfilms out. 3 of them are Polish, with citations that I found in JRI Poland. I have the microfilm citation and a line that says L something. I thought that meant line. And when I've been searching the microfilms, I can't find where to find the specific record. Is there anybody, and I don't see an index number with it, will there be anybody in Salt Lake City that can help me find the specific record? They're all in Polish, and I can't read Polish.
Well, I am pretty sure that if, again, not at the library, but at the conference, you will have the people from JRI Poland. They are the experts. They're really experts into Polish records, Polish microfilms, and they will be able, I'm almost sure, to tell you in what frame of that microfilm is the record that you are looking. So that is another very good reason why you should come to the conference, okay? You will have over there the Gesher Galicia people, you will have all the SICT people, all the GRI Poland people, and you can bring your notations over there. And if you have the microfilm in your local family history library, don't worry, they have a duplicate at Salt Lake City, so once you know exactly what is the significance of that code, you will be able to go to the library, search in that microfilm, and find the record that you are looking for. Okay?
We're already registered. Will JRI Poland be there from Sunday on?
I'm sorry?
Will JRI Poland be there from Sunday on?
Yes. Normally you have Stanley Diamond over there. He arrives a couple of days before. Probably he will stay for a day or two after. For sure, they will be there. And I'm having here a note from Rose Feldman saying that the microfilms are divided by birth and death. So looking at AKT, have no idea what that means, Rose, but I hope it will make a sense for somebody else. Any other question, Fred, that we have you in the line?
Not now, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And also Eva has a question. Hi, Eva. Hello, Eva, can you hear me? For sure you can hear me, but the question is you have a microphone? Probably not. So Eva is asking about Berlin records. Again, not my specialty, German or Berlin records, but I would say the chances are that they have. I will suggest you right now, you still have the whole day in front of you. Go to familysearch.org, go to the catalog, type Berlin, and just look all what is available over there. You will be able to see what has been indexed and what is available at the library for you whenever you want, and to take it out from there. I have heard people speaking German over there, so for sure you will have help on that. And Rose just made a clarification that JRI Poland gives the AKT, and it seems that the AKT it's some kind of code to find microfilms on JRI Poland. Yes, Fred is asking if even before going to Salt Lake City you can contact people by phone or email. Yes, if you go to familysearch.org and you search for all the details of the library, you will find, as I show you, and actually if you give me 1 second, I'm going to try to pull that back into the screen so you can take very quick notes. So now you can see it, and let me make sure that you can see it. Yes, this is the phone number and email. No, there's no email over there, but they have an email also on that page, and you can call and you can make sure that the microfilm is there waiting for you. Amnon, we tried to open the microphone before, so I look up Silesia in the catalog, and there is a volume ID as a summary of the family historic Jewish records. Is this a place to start? Yes, definitely. Again, my own experience with the Chernovitz records, we started with the indexes. It's normally or most of the times easier to read, and then from there you go to the actual record, which is practically, in my case at least, and I wish you all the best of luck. I wish you will have the record, you will be able to read the record. Amnon, I open your microphone. Do you have any other questions, or you want to say hello?
Well, can you hear me?
Yes, we can all hear you. You see, you had a
Oh,
microphone.
I did. I usually keep it for Skype calls, but I didn't realize it would work. So,
So,
and yes, I'm doing some research on my great grandparents. My grandfather, the son, moved to Germany, but he stems from a very small place in I guess what was then Austria-Hungary or Preußen or Prussia. It was called Haslach, and everywhere I turn, there are many Haslachs throughout Germany and everything else. So I thought I would go to what was then called Schlesien in German, Silesia, and so I see there is something called a summary of family histories, and I see a subsection of that being Jewish records. So you think this would be a good place to start, because I couldn't find the town that my great-grandparents were from. It's too small.
well, yes, for sure. You can try there, and you can try to read on the description of the record exactly what they have and where is exactly this town. The other thing I will suggest you, but probably as a general suggestion, is to go to JewishGen and to try to identify this
Oh, I've been
town.
there.
Okay.
I've been there, and I'm involved also directly with Leo Beck Institute. So I'm working with them because they're very interested in my family history. So
Okay, so yeah, definitely that's a chance. And if something I have learned in my long way of genealogy is that you never know where the lead is going to come from.
I
Okay,
understand that. I'm a
so
newbie in this, and it's fascinating to learn. And I'm not looking for a lot of depth and long history in my family. I'm just trying to fill out some information about what caused, who the people were that migrated and so forth to round out. It's really a biography of my father that I'm interested in because he had an interesting life. So
okay,
I appreciate your
well,
advice, and
my
thank you
pleasure,
for,
Amnon, and I wish you all the best. And I hope
thank
to see you in Salt Lake City then.
doubtful this year, but maybe
Okay.
later on.
Okay. Now, Mary Jane has a very interesting question. Let's see if she can ask her it. Mary Jane, I cannot find you. Here you are. Okay. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Mary Jane. Do you have a microphone? Seems you don't. Okay. So the question is like how forgiving, I will use the word tolerant, is their system on the spelling variation of the towns. Well, it is a little bit tricky. The towns and the cities are written with their correct um, uh, orthography or the correct letters. So if you have umlauts or if you have small diacritics letters, you will have to use them. But still, if you type it, the name like in regular English, you may be able to find the town. You can always try to use Google Translate to translate the name of the city or the name of the town from English to whatever language you are working on, you are researching on, and then copy paste it over there. You can always search for the country, and then they will present you a list of all the cities and all the towns that they have under that country, and you will be able to read and pick and choose what is the city or the town that you are looking for. Okay, so thank you everybody. I hope that this webinar was helpful. If you are planning to come to Salt Lake City in this July for the IAJGS conference, and if you're not planning, you should start thinking And this is another reason why you really should come to Salt Lake City. Believe me, I try to explain everybody that Salt Lake City and the Family History Library is like the Disneyland for genealogists. You have over there all the records, all the microfilm. You have over there all the services that you need, help of people ready to help you. And with the Jewish conference over there, you will have more people willing and ready to help you. So as I said before, this webinar is being recorded, and hopefully I will be able to post it on the IHIGS website. I will be keeping you posted through the emails. And oh yes, thank you very much, Fred. If you cannot come to Salt Lake City, you can still enjoy at least part of the conference, part of the lectures through live. The conference will be broadcasting very similar to today. They are going to be broadcasting lectures, selected lectures. So from your home, you will be able at any time, because they are going to be live and also recorded. They don't take days. They do it like immediately. And you can use the system on demand. You can subscribe for a specific day, or you can take like the whole week. Please go to IHIGS 2014, which is .org, which is the URL for the conference, and see all the very interesting things going on the conference. Thank you very, very much. And again, I hope to see you soon over there. Have a wonderful day.